What's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and welcome to another exciting episode of EmGo Build Stuff, the series where I teach you how to rip off faces. But today we are starting a brand new build. Today we are going to be beginning the build of the Fanhome movie, the Bayverse Optimus Prime. And yeah, here is the brochure that you get with your first shipment of parts. And it just kind of gives you the rundown of everything. Metal and ABS parts. This thing's going to be 2 feet tall or 60 centimeters with lights and effects weapons included. Articulated model, eyes light up, things and stuff, true to the original film model. And look, metal ABS parts, things and stuff and things. There's tech specs there. You can read things about them. Look at them. Look at them. But yeah. And when you open this up, again, the legend of Optimus Prime. Another cool picture there of the model we're going to be building. And the magazines, which we don't get physical magazines. All the magazines are in digital form, unfortunately, but that's okay. And then we open this up, and we have a big old giant poster of the Prime model that we are going to be building. So there you go. Here's our introductory brochure. Here we have our first stage of parts. So let's get down to it. Because ain't nothing to it but the roll out, right? Right. The backing has already fallen off. Yeah. So we can just open this up and get out of here. So here are all our parts. I'm just going to leave these right here in this tray. We do get a little screwdriver. I have so many of these screwdrivers. I'm not going to use this. I'm going to use my own screwdriver so that can go somewhere. There we go. I'll take out the screws. We have various screws. And they are labeled. Thank you, God, for them being labeled. Cool. So I'll put those off to the side over here. There we go. We got all of our parts there. So now we'll take a look at the instrucciones. Hay que instrucciones. So again, we don't get physical magazines with this kit. People overseas are getting physical magazines, but we're going to get digital magazines. So here's the magazine for stage 1, and I'll just give you a quick look through it. Just scroll through it there. Transformers on the big screen. Yay! Optimus Prime, the leader of the Autobots. Some more about Optimus Prime. Bumblebee. This little one is really big. He is. There you go. Talking about Autobots in action. Minibots. More little guys. And then we go into our instrucciones. Hay que instrucciones. So we are going to be building his head in this stage. So let's get down to it. All right, so the first bits we're going to need are these 3 bits right here. And as you can see, we have some electronics here to hook up. So what we need to do is we need to hold this in this orientation. And this is cable G. And we're holding the circuit board here. That is going into this slot right here. So line that up and get that popped in. Boom. Lovely. Then we have this little connector here. This is A, and this will go into the 3rd jack. Pop that in right there. And there you go. So we got that done. So we can put this off to the side. Now we're bringing in these 3 pieces. We got Prime's face, his eyes. Looks like these are going to be the lights to light up his eyes. So we got his eyeballs here, and that is just going to sit right in there. And this will be secured with a what? Where is it? Where is it? Right here, an AP screw. So we just need 1 AP screw. There we go. Get a screwdriver. Get this loaded up. And as always, get the party started. And now, gotta do some prime time screwing. Oh yeah. So again, let's get that just snug. Again, these are transparent parts, so you don't want to tighten that up too much, otherwise you will crack that. You don't want that to happen. So there you go. That's eyes in place there. So now we bring in the little LED board. And it seems like they want the wires on the bottom side, and this is just going to sit right there. And that will need BP screws, which we have right here. We just need 2. Uno and 2. And we'll get these in. Oh, I love starting a new build. It's exciting. So again, we'll just get these started. You don't want to unsnuggen these until you have all your screws in place. Again, just good practice. I say that all the time, but hey. Make sure we get that lined up. Which I don't. There we go. Now we can unsnuggen these. So you don't want to go too tight with these either, because you don't want to damage the circuit board. So again, once you get it snug enough, you're good. So there we go. We got that in place. So now what? Now they want us to bring this part back in, and now this will get plugged into this circuit board. So where are we going? We are going right here in the middle. There we go. Get it popped in. There we go. So we got that going on. So now, what are we doing? We are now doing more things. That's what we're doing. So we're bringing in the 2 halves of his head here. And now it's time to seat all this in place. So how is this going? So that's seated in here. So that switches right there. And then this. Okay, so we're just sandwiching these 2 halves together. Oh no, we want this ball right here as well. That. Okay, so now we can put the other side in. Okay. There we go. Like that. And we're going to secure this with 2 more of the AP screws. So let's get these in. Nope, not 4, just 2. Thank you. Thank you. Come here. All right. So we'll get these in. And now we can get these nice and snugged up. Okay. These don't need a whole lot of unsnuggening, which I like. Okay. So we got that going. So now what are we doing? Now we're going to plug his face on. Oh, I did something wrong. I did something wrong. These wires right here are going to his face. It's supposed to be coming out of this hole here. I did not do that, so I had to take this apart. Okay, I'm going to fix this real quick. There we go. First mistake of the build, and I'm sure it won't be the last. But anywho, so now we're going to take his face, and we're just going to plug it in right there. And then we're going to take the top of his head and just line up these posts and ports. Where are we looking with this? Oh, okay, it's going on these side ones here. Okay, so we got to make sure we don't pinch these wires as well. So, okay, I think we're good. Now I can just pop that down. There we go. It just snapped right in. Cool. There we go. So we got that going on. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So now what are we doing? All right, so now we need these little details here. And we need to take, so these have 2 different size holes in them. You want the one with the smaller hole to go on this side of the chin. And there is a flat side to this, and with the flat side facing up. So that goes in there, and then you're going to put in a CP screw into that. Not 2, just 1. Thank you. So we'll get this in place. And that's going to hold all of that together. Okay. And then you put in the other side. Which again, they want the flat side up. And Getting this in place. This is going to be a little bit of a chore. Kind of their small parts. There we go. We got it. That was kind of hard to get that in, but we got it in. Okay, cool. All right. So we're done with that. So now, what are we doing? So now we're bringing in these two pieces here. And this is just going to get pegged onto the back. We have two pegs up top. And then we need an AP screw that'll go in right there. So let me get an AP screw. AP screw is retrieved. And get this secured up. So everything goes wrong. You stay in your home. You stay. You stay because it's normal. Okay, sorry. Sometimes you gotta remind these parts who's boss. You know what I mean? All right. Get that snugged. There we go. And we got that going on. So now we bring in our head. And this is going to be the back of his head. So that's just going to sit right in there. And give that a push. There we go. Get that sitting flush. There we go. He has the back of his head. And we have this little bit right here. And this is to go over the switch. So the switch doesn't look so much like a switch. Yeah, it just like pushes right on. Right there. So it just looks like another piece of detail. And we can operate the switch there. So okay. We got that done. So now we bring in the left cheek! Left cheek! Left cheek! It's the left cheek. So this is metal, by the way. It's a solid piece of metal. So now we're bringing in this detail, and looks like that is just going to just press right in there. Doesn't need glue, just press fit it in. So we got that, and now we have these little details here. We have one with little Cybertronian markings, and we have this one here. So it looks like the one with the Cybertronian markings are going here. I don't know exactly the orientation of these markings. So I'm going to take a wild guess. If it's wrong, then it's wrong. That's going to go there, and this is going to... Now this does have a smaller post and a wider post, so that tells you right there how that's supposed to be oriented. And that just pushes in right there. Right, there we go. We got a left cheek. So now we're going to do the same thing with the right cheek. So we got that. This will just drop in right in there. And we bring these in. Again, we have our Cybertronian markings here. Again, I'll just put them in however. However. There we go. And then this one. Now this one does tell you how to orient it. There we go. There we go. And we have two cheeks. Now it's time to bring in the rest of the head and install the sides of his head here. So it's got 4 posts here. Let's line it up, and so just give that a push. There we go. Nice. Get the other half in. Get that pushed in. There we go. Nice and snug. There we go. It's starting to look like a thing. Yay! So now they want us to put the batteries in his head, and they do give us batteries, which is very nice of them. So I'm going to get these out. All right, got those out. And these are LR44s, by the way. So pop these into the top of his head. 1, 2, and get that pushed down. Come on. There we go. Got the 3 batteries in his head, and now we have a little panel here to put up top. To close that up, and this will need screws. What? AP screws. This head is full of AP screws. 1 and 2. Oh, let's there we go. The switch was in the on position there, so the eyes already came on. We don't want to see that just yet. Get this loaded up onto the screwdriver. Get this in place. And get this screwed on here. Okay. Saving that for the grand finale here. Well, the grand finale of this episode, anyway. All right. Get that in. I need to tighten that too much. So it stays in place. Okay. So there we go. So we got that. So now seems like the last thing we have to do is bring in the top of his head. And this is another solid piece of metal here. And looks like that's just going to drop down. There are 4 posts, 4 ports. So it's just a case of getting this lined up. Being careful of all your other details here. Get around everything. There we go. Get that lined up. Push that down. And there we go. We have a head. And that head by itself is pretty hefty. It's got some weight to it. So now we can turn the eyes on. There you go. We have lights. You will light our darkest hour. There you go. Very cool. Very nice. There you go. Turn that off. And boom. Turn that on. Very cool. And I believe, yeah, that is all there is to do in this stage. All right, so here's what we did in this opening stage. We have us a head, and a lovely head it is. But yeah, a very nice first stage, and I forgot to mention this at the top of the video. This whole build will be 115 stages. So yeah, we're going to be here a while with this, but hey, it's going to be a fun journey, I'm sure, and I hope you will join me for this journey as we build Movie Prime here. So there you go. Now, if you would like to sign up for your own Optimus Prime kits, there'll be a link in the description down below, so you can check that out. And there will be a playlist in the description so you can watch all future episodes of this build. Also linked in the description down below so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it. So as always, I hope you enjoyed this exciting episode of EmGo Build Stuff. And remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop playing. Be geek. Be proud. Palm in your face.